Welcome back to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast, where we talk about all things smoked meat and so much more, including hilarious stories about our farm-to-table lifestyle and our love of the outdoors. I'm your host, Trevor. This week we're getting crazy and we're talking about an Espresso-Stout smoked chuck burnt ends with a charred onion-molasses glaze. Remember, the full video with recipe gets posted to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast group on Facebook. We're growing a community of barbecue and cooking enthusiasts. Be sure to post your pictures and videos, ask questions, and discuss with other members. You can hit subscribe on any of the BBQ Beautiful reels to join, and while you're there, give us a like to grow this community even more. Don't forget to get qualified for the Barbecue Brag to Win giveaway contest. Episode 43. Let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of the BBQ Beautiful Podcast, where fire, flavor, and fearless smoking collide. I'm your host, Trevor, and today we're not talking brisket, we're not talking pork belly, and we're definitely not talking safe. We're going deep into the smoker playbook with a cut that's humble, hearty, and criminally underused in burnt end culture. The chuck roast. But not just any chuck burnt ends. Today I'm walking you through a recipe that lives at the intersection of bold coffee bitterness, beer-soaked bark, and sweet molasses magic. I'm talking about my original Expresso-Stout smoked chuck burnt ends with a charred onion-molasses glaze. It's smoky, it's sticky, it's got bark that'll slap your taste buds black to life. And it turns an affordable cut straight up into beef candy. Let's light this thing up. Alright, so why chuck? Chuck roast, it's the unsung hero of the beef world. It's got fat, it's got collagen, and it's got flavor. You treat it right, and it's like brisket's tougher, cheaper cousin that learned how to hustle. But for burnt ends, chuck's special. Why? Because of its intermuscular fat and connective tissue. When you smoke it low and slow, that stuff breaks down into liquid gold. You get bark on the outside, buttery strands inside, and none of the sticker shock of brisket. Now, let's talk flavor. Most people, when they think burnt ends, think sweet barbecue, maybe spicy, maybe sticky. That's all good, but this recipe leans bitter, smoky, roasted, savory. It's a flavor bomb built on three bold ideas. Espresso for bitterness and bark. Stout beer for deep roasted notes. And molasses for slow, dark sweetness. And tying it all together, a glaze built on charred onions, reduced stout, and just enough mustard and vinegar to cut through the fat. It's smoky beef brisket energy meets coffee porter dessert vibes. All right, here's what you'll need. And if you're driving, don't worry, full recipe cards in the show notes. Let's break it down. The chuck. 3.5 to 4 pounds of boneless chuck roast. 1 tablespoon kosher salt. 2 teaspoons coarse black pepper. 2 teaspoons finely ground espresso. 1 teaspoon smoked paprika. 1 teaspoon onion powder. Half a teaspoon unsweetened cocoa powder. And half a teaspoon ground cumin. For the glaze, you're going to need 1 medium yellow onion, halved and charred hard in a skillet or over an open flame. 3/4 cup stout beer. Go with something roasty, not hoppy. Think Guinness or a local milk stout. 2 tablespoons molasses. 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar. 1 teaspoon Wirsch. 1 teaspoon Dijon mustard. And then some cracked black pepper. Now, let's talk fire. I like to run this at 275. Indirect heat. For wood choice, you've got 2 options. If you want bold, rich smoke, try combining some hickory and post oak. If you want a touch more sweetness, go with pecan and cherry as your combo. You don't need a water pan unless your smoker runs dry. This cook's about bark and breakdown. We're not poaching this roast, we're building layers of smoke and crust. Now, let's walk through this cook from start to finish like we're standing at the smoker together. Prep your chuck. Take your chuck roast, pat it dry, then rub it down with the dry mix: espresso, cocoa, cumin, salt, pepper, paprika, onion powder. Don't be shy. This crust is going to be your bark, and bark is what separates good from great. Now, set that roast on the smoker, 275. Let it go unwrapped, 3.5 to 4 hours. You're looking for a deep mahogany crust. That espresso will darken beautifully without burning. Your target internal temp here is 165 to 170. That's when it's time to cube it. Pull the roast, cube it into burnt end sized chunks about 1.5 inches. Drop them into a foil tray with a splash of that same stout you're drinking. Cover it tight, back on the smoker for another 2.5 hours. You're aiming for 203 to 205 internal and butter soft texture. You should be able to slide a skewer in and out with zero resistance. Time to make the glaze. While your chuck's doing its thing, let's make the glaze. Char your onion hard, like almost black. Chop it up fine. Combine in a saucepan with stout, molasses, Wersch, Dijon, vinegar, and cracked black pepper. Reduce it down low and slow until it's thick and glossy. It should smell like a barbecue sauce from a shadow realm. Dark, sweet, smoky, and tangy all at once. Once your cubes are tender, drain off most of the rendered fat, but keep a tablespoon or 2 in there. Toss the cubes in that beautiful glaze and return them to the smoker uncovered for 30 to 45 minutes. You want the glaze to caramelize. You want sticky bark. You want that tray to smell like smoked coffee brisket candy. That's when you know you've arrived. All right, if you're still with me, here's the insider stuff, the little moves that'll make this recipe go from great to unforgettable. Make sure to rest the meat after the braise. 15 minutes before cubing will help the structure hold. Use fresh espresso grinds if possible. Stale instant coffee equals weak bark and bitterness. Stout matters. Skip hoppy beers, look for something rich and dark like milk stouts, oatmeal stouts, or Baltic porters. Balance the glaze. If it's too bitter, add a teaspoon of honey. Too sweet, hit it with lemon juice or more vinegar. Now, here's how I serve these burnt ends. How about straight on a wooden board, garnished with pickled red onions and microgreens if you're feeling fancy? Here's one. How about putting it on top of smoked Gouda grits for full southern soul food vibes? Or just hand it to my friends on toothpicks while they groan in happiness. Pair it with that same stout you used for the glaze, or go opposite and serve it with a crisp Pilsner to cut the richness. Why does this recipe work? Because it's bold, it's fearless, it respects the meat and pushes the boundaries of flavor. You've got smoke, bark, sweet, bitter, acid, umami, texture for days. It's barbecue that tells a story, one that starts in a butcher shop and ends in a glazed cube of glory sitting in your greasy fingers. This is what burnt ends can be when you stop playing by the rules and start listening to the fire. All right, everyone, that's the show. If you make this recipe, tag me at BBQ Beautiful and use the hashtag BurntEndRevolution. I want to see your bark. I want to see your smoke ring. I want to see your empty trays. This episode, like all episodes, is brought to you by the fire, the smoke, and the hunger for more. And if nobody's told you yet today, you don't need brisket to be brilliant. You just need vision, heat, and a little espresso powder. Until next time, Keep it smoky, keep it bold, and keep it beautiful. I'm Trevor, and this has been the BBQ Beautiful Podcast. Okay, it's time for our barbecue giveaway that we're calling Barbecue Brag to Win. One lucky listener will win some amazing barbecue merch that'll take your outdoor cooking to a whole new level. Whether you're a backyard beginner or a seasoned pit master, this giveaway is going to be for you. So what's up for grabs? First, a BBQ Beautiful bundle. This includes one BBQ Beautiful base layer, honey heat, brisket rub, and a spicy chimney from our lineup of seasonings and rubs. Next, one t-shirt and hat of your choice from the BBQ Beautiful website, www.barbecuebeautiful.ca. And of course, there's going to be free shipping. How to enter? First, make sure you're subscribed to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode or an announcement. Next, connect with us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok at BBQ Beautiful. Then share our latest episode on your stories or feed, and don't forget to tag us. Use the hashtag BBQBragToWin. BBQ BRAGTOWIN. This way we can easily find your posts. Finally, drop a comment on our giveaway post telling us about your favorite barbecue recipe, or share your best barbecue tip, pictures, or videos. And here's the kicker. For each additional entry you want to earn, simply engage with us. Like and share the posts, comment on our episodes, or even send us a voice message with your barbecue questions or stories. The more you interact, the more chances you have to win. So get creative and show us your barbecue. Let's talk about the timeline. You have until the 25th of each month to enter. You don't want to miss it, and who knows, it could be you. Why are we putting on this giveaway? Well, we want to express our thanks to each and every one of you who tunes in each week. Your support means the world, and this giveaway is our way of giving back to this amazing barbecue community that we're building together. And we really do want to hear from you. So what topics do you want us to cover in future episodes? Are there any barbecue legends or techniques you want us to dive into? Share your thoughts in the comments when you enter the giveaway. This is all about community, and we want to make sure that we're bringing the content you all love. So to recap, subscribe to the podcast, follow us on social, share our latest episode using hashtag BBQBragToWin, and comment on our giveaway post. It's that easy. Get excited because this is your chance to elevate your barbecue game with some awesome gear. Good luck to everyone out there, and may the best griller win.